Good morning, I'm Nivariti Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Friday, 8th of November. In this update, Joe Biden has addressed the American people as he prepares to hand over the reins to Donald Trump in January. Trump's achieved a crushing election victory over Kamala Harris. The Republicans have also taken control of the Senate and hold a strong lead in the House. The US president has this message for Democrat supporters disappointed with the election result.
I've said many times, you can't love your country only when you win. You can't love your neighbor only when you agree.
We're still waiting to learn exactly what Donald Trump's return to the White House will mean for world trade. The president-elect has campaigned on introducing tariffs of up to 60% on Chinese imports and 20% on imports from elsewhere. New Zealand United States Council Executive Director Fiona Cooper says it will just have to wait to see what happens. And she told the Herald's Front Page podcast, "We've spent many years trying to remove tariffs to make world trade cheaper and more efficient."
We have a different view, and we will certainly be reminding him of the value that New Zealand exports add to the United States market.
The government's facing calls from the medical fraternity to drop the controversial Treaty Principles Bill. If adopted, the bill would set out the principles of the Treaty of Waitangi in law and require them to be used when interpreting legislation. The Council of Medical Colleges says the treaty lays out an obligation to provide culturally appropriate and equitable care. Chair Dr. Samantha Merton says every moment this is debated is a moment that could be spent on something else.
It is an absolute distraction, and we just need to be focused on doing the right thing, moving forward, improving health outcome for Māori.
Councillors are concerned about the implications of corrections changing its approach to mental health services. Contracts with 4 community providers are ending over the next 2 years, while Corrections assesses its service needs. Association of Councillors President Sarah MacDonald says that many people using these services face distress resulting from trauma, poverty or addiction. She says support relationships take time to establish.
I'm very concerned that the government may just revert to a much more psychological, medical model of intervening with mental health issues rather than realising that actually it's a really holistic approach that's needed.
The Public Service Union says more housing projects are likely to be paused because of Kāinga Ora staff cuts. The State Housing Agency is trimming 310 additional roles, bringing the total decrease this year to 540. Kāinga Ora says it will ensure all contracted work progresses as usual, but Public Service Association Assistant Secretary Fleur Fitzsimons says the cuts show the government has no plan for social housing.
That is dangerous for those who rely on it and deeply disappointing for the workers who have spent their lives supporting our state housing tenants.
And in sport, All Blacks centre Rieko Ioane is keen to move on from a feud with retired Ireland first five Johnny Sexton as the sides prepare for a rematch after last year's World Cup rugby quarter-final. Formula One drivers have urged the sport's governing body to treat them like adults after Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc were punished for the use of supposedly foul language. All Whites captain Chris Wood has been named the Professional Footballers Association Premier League Player of the Month for October after scoring 4 goals in 3 games for Nottingham Forest. I'm Nivariti Manu. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.